think maybe in India we'll have some relaxation as well very soon. So how about the local supplies? How people are able to manage local supplies like groceries, food, vegetables?
It's like that. Almost 20% of population is at the work right now. Like everybody can work at delivery. Like everything can be delivered. And for the rest of people, the government is paying like a small amount, around $100 monthly.
Right. So let's start the session, Arkibulan. I think we have enough participants and more people can join in, while we are continuing with the session. So I would like to welcome everyone, my warm welcome to everyone who has joined us today in this training session, which we are specially organizing for our travel partners, our agents, and all the friends who have been with us from a long time, and people who are actually willing to join, this industry, or maybe want to be a part of this sector, especially for which we are working from a long time. And we have Mr. Arkibulan, who has joined us from Kazakhstan, Almaty, today to talk about this special training session of Astana in Borovoe. Arkibulan, we would like to welcome you to the training session.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Great. And for people who have just joined in for the first time today to our training session, I would like to give them a brief idea about our company. We are Dook International. My name is Devesh Sharma, and I'm representing Dook International here today. Our company is the DMC of CIS sector in India. We've been operating fixed departures, group departures, FIT bookings, and almost a lot of initiative in the tourism sector for the entire CIS countries. Now, CIS stands for Commonwealth of Independent States. There are about 11 countries which were separated from Russia in 1991. And primarily, we're talking about Russia, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Armenia, Georgia, Ukraine, Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Bulgaria, Serbia, Belarus, and Moldova. Now, these countries became republic after separation from in 1991 from USSR. And since then, there has been a lot of development. There has been a lot of changes in terms of hospitality, in terms of their culture, their living style. But these countries are still unexplored. And we at Dook Travels, we took this responsibility, we took this initiative to bring these countries in front of everybody in India so people can actually travel and explore them and understand their culture, understand the beauty of it. So today we are talking about the country Kazakhstan. We're going to give you detailed information about Kazakhstan and specifically its capital, Nur Sultan. Initially, this, the capital of Nur Sultan, the capital Nur Sultan used to be called as Astana. However, recently the name has been changed to Nur Sultan. The entire world knows it for the name of Astana from a long time. Arkibulan, can you tell us when the name was changed to Nur Sultan from Astana?
That time.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, it was just changed last year in the middle of the 2019.
In the middle of 2019. Okay, that's wonderful. Let us also give our partners some information about Kazakhstan as well. Maybe a few people have joined in for the first time in this session. I must inform that we're talking about Kazakhstan country, which is in the middle of Central Asian subcontinent. And Kazakhstan is primarily a landlocked country, a country which is surrounded by, countries like China, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. 18 million population with the country and a varied culture, diversity of culture. However, they follow Islam and their official languages are Kazakh and Russian. But the modern population is more inclined toward learning English. And this is one of the reasons it is easy for our tourists to explore these countries. And, the people, the young population there are, so welcoming. They would like to see Indians traveling to these countries. The currency of the country is Kazakhstan tenge. KZT is the short form. And, the currency has been fluctuating from a long time. Before lockdown happened, the currency conversion was about 375 to 380 Kazakhstani tenge for $1 in exchange of $1, $1. However, presently, the conversion has been changed to 450, approximately 450 Kazakhstani tenge, comparing to $1 in exchange of $1. Am I correct, Turkubulan? What is the current conversion?
So current conversion is 430 tenge.
432. So that's actually fluctuating on a regular basis. Kazakhstan is a rich country in culture, in terms of natural products, in terms of natural weather, in terms of landscape, and in terms of history. Today we are going to talk about Kazakhstan's capital, Nur Sultan. And before we start, I'm going to show you some videos which will give you an idea about what we are actually talking about. Just give me a moment. The video talks about Astana as the city of peace. Just a moment. Okay, it's like a network issue. Okay, by the time the video is ready to play, let's talk about the city, the information about the city and how we actually connect to this. Okay, the video seems up and running. Let's play the video. Okay, I'm also going to play a travel log. It's an interesting travel log by a traveler, which we have posted on our website as well. This is also going to give you more clarity on the destination. Let's have a look at this travel log.
আরেকবার করেছি। কেটে যাচ্ছে। আমি জান করে দেবো ঠিক আছে কিনা মোবাইল চেয়ে নিও না ভয় লাগে না
আরে একটু দেখো জপা হচ্ছে কিনা আচ্ছা আমাকে তো কেউ দেখতে পাচ্ছে না দেখো
So that was some good information about Astana city. I'm sure you had a nice view of the city. Did you see the video, Kimula?
Yes, I've seen the video, but still the voice was not clear.
Right. Now people can actually log on to our website dookshare.com and they can check out this video again if they want to see it again. Now let's continue how to connect to Astana. We have discussed in our previous meeting about how to connect to Almaty. We have a direct flight in place from India, which is departing from Delhi, and we have 2 flights in a day by Air Astana. Now, one is a morning flight, one is a little afternoon flight, about 12:30 in the afternoon, and that's sort of the most comfortable journey which you can provide at the given time. Air Astana is providing all features to our travelers: business class, lounge facility, meal on flight, and people will comfortably Air Astana. Now, I'm aware that just before the lockdown happened, Air Astana was also operating directly from Delhi to Astana. The flight duration was about 5.5 hours. And however, due to the load factor and due to some internal issues, Air Astana discontinued this direct flight from Astana to Delhi direct. However, from Almaty, there is a good connectivity. Almost every day we have flights from Almaty to Astana. And you can easily connect to Almaty if you to Astana if you're willing to travel. So connection is not a problem if you are willing to visit the capital, Nur Sultan or Astana. So let's talk about the destination now. Arkibulan, give us your experience about Astana. What do you think about this city? Because you live in Almaty, however, Astana is your capital, and I'm sure since childhood, every student, every kid must be, studying about their capital. So, what do you have to say about it?
So I can say that nowadays Astana is our governmental area. It's the second biggest city in Kazakhstan, and very modern,
Okay.
very well planned city.
Okay.
In last 10-15 years, it's grown so much, and like people now are saying like it looks like a second Dubai, because of government is investing like $1 billion every year for their buildings, and it's like many international companies also have their office buildings in Astana.
Tell us about the history of Astana, how the city has evolved in past. Because right now this seems like a really modern city. So has it been like this, if you talk about 10 years before or 20 years before?
So nowadays, like Astana looks like now name is Nur Sultan. So let's say Nur Sultan because we have to keep these words. It looked like a medical oasis between the Kazakh steppes, and it's many times the name of this city was changed. If you know, firstly it's called like Trinograd at the US surname. So then it was changed to Akmola when we got independence, then to Astana, and now the name is Nur Sultan. So at the short time it was changed to 4 times as their names. And before 97, when it was just small town, the population was only around of 300,000 people, and it was like a small Soviet Union type just town. And in 97, our first president, Sultan Nazarbayev, decided to shift capital from Almaty to Astana. It was very hard decision because of at that time there was not much money in Kazakhstan because of we got profits from that oil only after the 2000 years. So and he calls that most famous architects of the world like Norman Foster and others, and they planned everything in Astana for the next 50 years.
Okay. Well, I visited Astana in 2016, I guess, and I think it's one of the best planned cities. The way your roads have been designed, the way infrastructure has been made. Well, it seems like a future city.
Yes, it's like that. Even they have a step by step every building which will be just built. They have that in their plans.
Now, tell us about some basic amenities and basic difference between Almaty and Astana. Like, is it expensive, or about the nature of people, or about the population? Is Astana on more younger side? So, tell us something about that.
So, if you're talking about the culture and just how is the people, it's totally different cities. Like Astana it's a new city, and it's a city of the young people. Like nowadays, only 20% of the Astana is like from Akmola. I mean, just they was born in that city. Rest all of the people are migrants from Almaty, from South Kazakhstan, and from other cities. It means that all of the cultures are mixed in Astana, and because of its capital, so all of the governmental offices is located in Astana, and nowadays, like salary-wise, of course, it's higher in Astana. It's the most costly city also.
Oh, okay, great.
In
So,
Kazakhstan, yes, because.
Mm-hmm. So tell me one thing, how's it like if we, whenever our travelers are coming, they've been visiting Almaty, and how about if we make a connection of Almaty? Let's say they come to Almaty for 2 nights, and we make them stay in Astana as well for about 2-3 more nights, and make a combination package. So do you think it's going to work out really well?
Yes, of course, because of we already have experience with that, and we got so many tourists who was really interesting to visit Astana, to see that places, and actually there are many things to do in Astana, because of it's not only like a capital or governmental area, it's also like our modern cultural city. Like you can see that even just Astana Opera, it's a world famous huge building, and only for the operas and for the theaters from all of the countries in the world, just people come to see that.
I'm going to talk about some important buildings and monuments in Astana. The first one, the moment you search Astana or Nur Sultan on internet, on Google, the first thing you see is the Baitrek Tower. So give us an idea about this tower. What is the importance of this tower in Astana, and how much time people can actually spend there?
So Baitrek is actually an architectural wonder of the Nur Sultan, and it's also first sightseeing place which was built in Astana in 2002. Like if you just see that what is the height of Baitrek, it's exactly 97 meters, which is the year of when the capital was changed, 1997.
Well, now it says 105-meter tall.
What?
Now it says 105-meter tall. The information which we have, it says 105-meter tall, the height of the tower.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's include just that golden egg. If
Right,
you count with that, it will be like 105 meters. If you if you count with that, so actually that the building of Baitrek, it looks like a tree of life. Under you'll see the tree, and on the top you can see that golden egg. It's actually a symbol of the Samru, which was very famous in our stories of Kazakhstan, and in that way it was built to symbolize of independence of the Kazakhstan. That's true. How it's great. And if you go inside of the Baytrik, you'll go by lift to up to the 100 meter. And inside, you will find the handwriting of the first president, Sultan Nazarbayev. And people used to put their hands to wish something for their families and for themselves.
Yes, I remember doing that. And, there was a long queue of locals who were willing to place their hands. I had to make my way out of them to get my chance in the queue. But that was a wonderful experience. The moment you go up to the top of that golden egg, you go inside it, you can actually see the entire 360-degree view of the city. And it's an amazing view, especially, if you're able to witness the sunset. I can actually tell you, you will forget the best landscapes you have ever seen. We'll move on to the next one, which is the President's Cultural Center. Can you hear me, Arkibullah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right.
So, President Cultural Center, it's like nowadays it's used like a museum, where you can find the history of the modern Kazakhstan, about that, the decisions about that, forums, meetings, that important visitings, etc.
Now let's talk about the next one, which is the Nur Astana Mosque, which is a very famous one. I also visited this mosque when I was in Astana.
So Nur Astana Mosque was built in 2008. It's the second biggest in Astana nowadays, and it's located on left river side. And because of we are a Muslim country, actually 70% of populations are Muslims, and people used to go to that mosque. And nowadays it's very famous. But biggest one
you
is
can see on the screen we have Hazrat Sultan. We're going to show Hazrat Sultan Mosque as well, and we see the central park of Astana city over there on the screen. And I remember visiting this place, and it's really a live wire at this city center. A lot of locals are there. I could see some locals playing music, playing violin. There was a violin player. There were kids enjoying some of their local rides, electric scooters, and the way locals are spending time. It's good to see everybody around in the city.
And actually what you're talking about, that park, it's called the Greenwater Boulevard. It's actually one street which connects like President White House and Han Shatter. And on exactly that street, all of the important buildings are located in Astana, includes Baytrik as well.
That's the main street of the city, I would say.
Yeah, if you will just look from Han Shatter, you will see that straight away you will see everything, and everything is located on the middle. Exactly.
Now we also, you mentioned about the opera and ballet theater. There we have it on the screen, and I was trying to Google few information about it. It mentioned that this is one of the the cost involved in making this this opera theater is really high.
Yeah, because of it was built for the 150 million US dollar, and people say it's like they brought that marble from Italy even.
Oh, that's really expensive.
Yeah, and world famous opera actors comes every year for the festival in the theater.
Now we remember talking the guy in the travelogue video about this pyramid, who says that when you just search about Illuminati on Google, you will see this pyramid. But here it says that it's a palace of peace and reconciliation.
Yes.
Great.
So It calls like that because of this pyramid was specially built for the Congress of the world leaders of the religions. And every 3 years they are meeting in that pyramid, like all of the worldwide religions, famous religions, to discuss that their problems, to resolve that issues between different religions.
Mm-hmm. There are some pictures of the city center and the river flowing through the city. You can see this the picture landmark of I Love Astana. Also, you have the another view of Patrick Tower. This is the same boulevard, Nurzol Boulevard, Astana. And along with this, if you go down, you see the stadium, which is called the Astana Arena, which holds the capacity of more than 30,000 people. Primarily, this is for soccer game people, and it also mentioned that 7th Asia's Winter Games 2011 was also hosted in this stadium.
Yes, and if you know also the top of the stadium is can be closed.
Yeah,
like
that can be closed.
You can open and close that stadium.
Yeah, I mean, one of the pictures symbolizes this information. We're going to talk about this important recreational area called Duman Entertainment Center. And I remember entering this place, and this place actually is, a kind of providing you entire buffet of entertainment options, be it for kids, be it for youngsters, or be it for elders. It has everything inside it.
Yeah, only just you will go to the one direction, and at the place you will find everything, whatever you need. And it's actually
so. Yeah. Please go.
If you know, it's the world far located oceanarium in the world from the ocean.
Yes, I got that information when I entered that oceanarium actually, and it's actually an oceanarium. And to prove my statement, I'm going to show some videos to my participants who are there with us. And believe me, for a fact, the information available, in the videos is really going to mesmerize you. Just a moment. So you see, if you see this video, you will see piranhas, the deadly piranhas in the ocean area. I don't know if you can see, this is a gray shark over there. I'm going to show you another video. Just a moment. And if you can see a shark over there. So a whole diversity of ocean life is portrayed in this area. And then let me see if I can show you. Yeah, this one. So this is also a part of that Duman Center. It's a kind of a zoo, and the one which you see on the screen is a horror area. You know, it's kind of a haunted area they've made for the kids. They do haunted shows there. And then I'm also going to show you a Dino Park. See, that's a Dino Park.
Actually, it's very funny for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a family paradise, you know. If you're going with your family, it's something, you know, you can really enjoy. A family can spend their entire day inside it.
Yeah, and they will really be interesting in that.
Yeah. Now I have some videos of the city, you know. I'm going to just do a video right in front of the Duman Center. You know, if you're standing in front of Duman Center, this is the actual view. Okay, so we talk about another sightseeing within the city now, Arkibulan, which is a shopping mall. You know, it's called Khan Shatar Shopping Mall. Now, I have a video of it, but you know there are a lot of pictures also available. But I'm going to show you this video first from outside, and then probably we can go inside. It's just like a small time lapse. And the next one is actually inside the mall.
You see that the Hanshatter Mall, it looks like a yurt. That's
Yes.
a traditional house.
Mm-hmm. And you know there were a lot of locals who were playing music inside the mall, and there was a dance show as well. I think this will give you an idea about what was happening inside the mall. You look at this. There was a local band of a musical band. They were playing music inside the mall, and I happened to visit this mall on 2-3 days consecutively, and this was the same culture inside it. So and also if you go to the top of this mall, there was a beach area. There was a local ocean which they have created, and people are doing a lot of activities on the top of the mall.
Yeah, it's a swimming pool where the water and the sand was brought from Maldives Island.
Mm-hmm. Great. Now let me just take you to the next information for Astana. We were talking about this mosque,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Hazrat Sultan Mosque, and we discussed about Nur Astana Mosque earlier. So this was the main mosque which you were talking about. Tell us something about it.
So this mosque, Hazrat Sultan, which was built in 2012, one of the largest mosques in Central Asia, and most of the main Islamic activities is happening in that mosque. If you go inside of that mosque, it's a very huge building, and you will also find like something like some artifacts inside, like Islamic artifacts, because of many of the Islamic countries like Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and etc. They gave like a present especially for that mosque, like very famous and important items. Like there is like a original of the Quran, one of the Quran who was written by Muhammad, and many items, and capacity of that mosque is around of 10,000 people.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Seems like a must-visit place for tourists. And I also see varied versions of cathedrals and churches. This is one of the cathedral in Astana city. It's a Russian Orthodox cathedral. And is it very old, or is it one of the newer side?
It was built after the Soviet Union time. Nowadays, that in Kazakhstan, in peace, there lives all of the world religions, and there is no any discriminations of any religion, and everybody can go easily for their mosque.
There is a Constantine and Helen Cathedral as well.
Yeah. So
we're gonna. I'm sorry, Akiblan. We're gonna little rush through the the sightseeing, because I think we're falling short of time. And we also have a natural reserve as well in Astana. We do have a museum as well where people can go and they can actually understand the culture. So just like any other city, Astana also have a national museum, a military museum, so people can understand about the history of the country. People can understand, about the culture of the country, and you have a lot of things to, spend time for. Of course, the city is filled with monuments and important places. This is the Independence Square. If you go, and again, just like Almaty and any other city, this is the symbol of their independence. Do you want to share some information about it, Arkibullah?
So that Independence Square with the monument of the Kazakh Helen. If you will also find the sculpture of our first president of Sultan Nazarbayev, and it's located just opposite to the pyramid of the peace and reconciliation. Actually, the main part of Astana, you will find all of the sightseeing just close by, like Hazrat Sultan pyramid, and the square is located at the same area.
And there I see some popular Kazakh warrior of 18th century, Borovoe Bater. Anything special? Yes. Anything special with this monument?
So actually, the name of the Borovoe Bater, he was one of the greatest warriors in Kazakhland, and he was been fighting with the Mongols up till 80 years, until his age was 80.
Like this, we have many other monuments as well, and important sculptures and architecture available within the city, which people can visit. And of course, if you really like to click pictures and make a bank of pictures for yourself, and it's a place where you would love using your camera everywhere around. We do have one of the biggest mall is Asia Park, and there is another mall called as Mega Park as well. So you will like, if you like to shop around, this is the place where you can go and just enjoy your time visiting Astana. Now, I would also like to give you an idea about the kind of hotels we are using in Astana. One important hotel is Astana Marriott. If you see on your screen, it's a five-star property. You know, whatever you talk about, all the facilities are available. So just to show our participants the kind of hotels which are available in five-star category, we have Marriott, we have Rixos as well, and we do have Ritz-Carlton available in Astana city. And one hotel which we have been using on a regular basis in four-star category is this one called King Hotel. But along with this, we also used Ramada for a long period. I think Ramada has been closed now, but we also have Holiday Inn, we have Park Hotel, Wyndham as well, and many other four-star properties. The best thing is that every hotel is newly constructed, and you know, if you enter the hotel, you would feel as if it's just made, you know, a few weeks ago. Am I correct, Arkibulan? Tell us something about this.
Yeah, about the hotels, especially in Astana, you will find like around 200 hotels brands in Astana. All of the like international chain brands like Hilton, Garden Inn, etc. Because of, you know, when that conference and forums and international meetings is happening in Astana, around 5,000, 10,000 international participants traveling to Astana, and to give them that like accommodation, they build specially so many hotels in Astana, and except the time of the forums and conference, all of them are free, and you can get a good deal with that hotel.
Now we understood that Astana city is actually offering us everything what a traveler is looking for. They have the best of the hotels. They have the best sightseeing, and you know, if you talk about culture, history, providing everything to you. Give us an information about the food in Astana, Arkibulan. I'm sure if you talk about multinational cuisines, everything is there, like Italian, Mexican. What I'm keen to know is about Indian food. How are we managing Indian food in Astana city?
So Indian food we have in two places. One is the India Gate restaurant. It's a very famous restaurant in Astana, and I think it's almost was opened in start of the 2000 years, maybe 2002 or something like that. And the second place we have Best Western in Astana, and in that hotel we find that Indian chef as well.
Okay, that's great. Now let's talk about a part near Astana, which is a must-visit area. I'm going to talk about Borovoe Lake. Some call it Borovoe, some call it Borovoe. It's been pronounced by different area because when I checked online, there are different spellings available of this place. But it's a natural lake and mesmerizing beauty. Tell me something about Borovoe, Arkibulan. I see on your, you know, if you can see on your screen, I've opened a map which is going to show you the exact duration and the route which can be taken to reach Borovoe. So this is the road map. Is there any other way we can reach Borovoe?
Yeah, it's the most fastest way to reach Borovoe, like in the map, 250 kilometers by the highway road. You will cover it in 2 hours. Road is that modern, fantastic road, and if you go to Borovoe, you will not find only the lake. There are around 10-15 that monuments and like stones, hills, viewpoints, small lakes, etc. And nowadays, it's the most popular like traveling zone in Kazakhstan. Borovoe. It's very famous.
I'm going to quickly show our participants the most important hotel of Borovoe. The moment you reach Borovoe, it is the best hotel where you can stay in, and it is called Rixos Borovoe Hotel. And you know, I happened to stay in this hotel once, and believe me for a fact, you know, the kind of facilities, the kind of you know, information, the kind of rooms they have, it's something amazing to see. I'm going to show you. This is the property. You know, if you see on your screen, this is Rixos Hotel, equipped with I think more about 90 rooms, and all are spacious rooms filled with modern facilities. Now, this is on the shore of the lake, and it provides you with almost all kinds of facilities. This is the night view of the hotel. That's near the reception area. These are the lobbies. Look at the infrastructure of the hotel.
And inside you will also find casino also.
Right. Now there you see the glimpse of Borovoe Lake. You know, this lake is like something which you normally see in movies. And
yeah, it's wonderful.
I'm going to show you some videos as well. I'm going to show you some video, and that will give you an idea of you know, how the lake looks like. Now, to actually reach the lake, you don't. There are two ways. You know, one is you go by road and, you know, park your car near the lake. The another one is that you go to a different area altogether, park your car near a mountain and make a trek. And when you do a trek, you actually reach to the top of a hill where you see the view, which I think it's really surprising. I'm going to show it, and then you will probably understand. First, I'm going to show you, you know, after you land your car, after you park your car in the parking area, what kind of route you have to take to reach to the hill. And that is so adventurous. Just have a look. You know, you cross this entire forest, and you do a climb. It's not very steep climb, but yes, doable for even for you know, people having some problem with the altitude. This
Yeah, just for beginners.
This trek would be easy. It's easy trek. Yeah, it's easy trek. So you're just crossing this entire forest. Now, after you cross this, I'm going to show you exactly where you reach. After crossing this entire forest and this climb, you reach here on the top. Now, I'll tell you the speciality of this place. If you see this tree in front of you, this tree which has those white cloths tied on it, so people are coming here. They're making wish. You know, they're making you know, these knots on these trees and making wish. And you know, it's just like the culture which is there all around the world. You make a wish, your wish comes true. You come back again, open the knot. This was the entire village, the forest which you find. Another video, another aerial view I'm going to show you. That's how this entire lake looks like. See, look at this tree. So making wish is not only part of Indian culture, it's there everywhere in the world. You can actually, you know, do a lot of activities in this area. You can bring some food, you can bring some drinks, and you can just make a small picnic kind of thing, make a small party here, and you can spend about 2-3 hours. Now, if you don't want to stay here, if you want to go down to the lake and make some party there, I'm going to show you exactly the area.
Nice place to arrange barbecue as well.
Right. This is actually, you know, when you're there in front of the lake. Now, there are decks in front of the lake. I'm going to show you in the next video. It's raining. I was blessed with the rain when I happened to see this point. there are decks, and in the season time, if you go to the lake, there are boats available. People can do boating. People can hire a boat easily, and they can just go inside the lake and do a boat ride. Now, tell me something, Arkibulan. Do we have like small yachts available where a group of 6-7 people can go in the lake and they can just make a small party while enjoying the lake view?
So actually, that because of it's a national park and that motor yacht is not available and it's not allowed to drive in that lake. But that manual like small boats, you can easily find.
So I happened to record a small video of inside the water as well. It was a action camera which I carried with me. A lot of activities which can be done. I'm going to show you some area in and around Borovoe Lake. I happen to record this as well. As Arkibulan mentioned, that it's not just the lake which you see. You also see some monuments. You also see some structures. So, and what I have there in front of me is actually a small Independence Tower kind of thing. Can you tell us something about this, Arkibulan, what you see in front of you?
So the history of this place comes from 18th century at the time of the war with the Mongols, and it was the place of the meeting of that main Kazakh kings and warriors. They used to call the others to this place to discuss about that actions against the Mongols. The place is called Olotau, and you can see also small monument of this place.
That's a wonderful area. I remember when I visited this place, and suddenly, you were actually surrounded by mountains, and the mountains are so close to you. Suddenly, you had this the huge puff of clouds, which just came down from the mountain, and after like 5 minutes, you were actually within the clouds, and it started raining. It was a wonderful experience to be there.
Yes.
It's just some other view. There's some view from the hotel. Now, one more thing I would like to give an idea to our participants, that if you're actually looking for destination wedding, then this is the perfect hotel and perfect area where you can organize. Now, Rixos Borovoe is one place where in summers you can do outdoor events. They have a great area. They have a big area. They also can organize Indian meals for you on request. They have a chef in Rixos Borovoe who can actually look after all the Indian meals requirement, because we have done a meeting with the hotel people, and we have discussed everything about it. Some video I have available, which is you can just see for yourself about the journey, about how the roads are when you're traveling from Astana to Rixos Borovoe. That's how the journey is. I'm also going to show you some pictures of what are the things which are available near Rixos and near the Borovoe area. So
and there is also
yeah, please go ahead.
There is also Indian restaurant in Rixos Borovoe, because the place is very famous in India.
Right. So I happen to visit this place, and then I'm going to show you around this entire area. So if you want to do some shopping as well, you also have a local souvenir shop available, which is something like this. So overall, if I just compare both the sectors, let's say Astana and Borovoe. So let's say somebody is planning its holiday and trying to visit Astana, then he's actually able to get everything at one time. You stay at Astana, you get all the modern facilities of a city. Uh, I know Astana has a great, vibrant nightlife, beautiful clubs, and one of the finest music is available in the clubs. If you go there, you can enjoy your time there, get a feel of the modern facilities, and then if you want to relax, you want to chill out, come to Borovoe, stay at Rixos, and spend about 2 nights there. I think you're going to detox yourself completely. What do you think about it, Arkibulan?
Yeah, actually, it's a great idea because of both these things that even like a nature or like modern city with nice movements, it just creates the same area. And it's Borovoe actually it's one of the unique places.
That's great. So I would like to thank you today, Arkibulan, for taking out your time and explaining us about these two beautiful places. And I would also like to thank all the participants who today joined with us on this session of Astana and Borovoe, Nur Sultan to be precise, and Borovoe Lake. I'm sure you enjoyed this session and it was informative for you. If you have any questions, please keep writing on the chat box. My team is there to answer your questions. This on YouTube. And I again would like to thank every one of you for joining us today. And I hope all of you should come out of this problem. We all should come out of this situation as soon as possible. Let's stay safe, stay at home, stay healthy. And I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. And we're going to talk about something surprising for you. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Goodbye. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.